Everyone. So Eric Bischoff talked about Cena's heel turn. Here is what he had to say. Different time, different everything was different. Here's the thing though. Structurally, let's reverse engineer this. If we go back and watch the turn, the moment they kicked to the balls, before that, if you go back, The Rock did the slit throat thing, the whole thing. If you watch it, play it out, and when it's all over, watch the people standing around the ring. Got a great reaction. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't the reaction Hogan got. If you go back and put those two finishes side by side, forget about what's going on inside of the ring. Just watch the crowd. Oh, yeah. And then there's all the garbage that came with the crowd in WCW. The reaction to Hogan's turn on the emotional scale of 1 to 10 was probably a 9. I think on an emotional scale, the Cena turn was probably an 8, maybe 7.5. When it comes down to Conrad is shocking, no one expected it. I don't think I heard any chatter. Now, granted, I've been busy the last few weeks, busier than usual, and I haven't stayed close to what's going on in wrestling, but I just don't think this will get the kind of reaction that the Hogan turn did. I don't think it's as big as the Hogan turn in terms of overall impact. I agree with whoever made the comment, but it's not because it wasn't extremely well done. It's just because of the timing. The audience taste is different. It's bigger for sure, but it's different, just like it is for movies and television. So, look, I don't think that when you talk about these two heel turns, you could put them in the same category, right? The reason Hogan's NWO heel turn is such a big deal is because of what it represented, right? It was WCW versus WWE, and that heel turn boosted WCW into the stratosphere. Okay, that was kind of the beginning of what launched the NWO. You're not going to have a comparison like that for the John Cena one, right? It's just there's no comparing that. But I think you have to understand that when you're looking at this from a different perspective, kind of what Eric Bischoff's saying is that if you had flipped the two, right? If you had a Cena like heel turn, let's say he was around back then and Hogan was now, it would probably just be the reverse because people I think are even when they're shocked in wrestling now because wrestling has been around for so long because now you just can know so much about the business whereas back in the day people knew so much less. The fact that kind of the kayfabe and all of that is kind of gone and people just know it's you know what I mean, it's like that aspect of it's gone. So that pure hatred that they had for Hulk Hogan is a little bit different. But if you look and you can see it all over social media, younger fans, they were crying just like people did with Hulk Hogan. So the people who, aren't kind of privy to the truth about wrestling and all of that, they took this thing just as hard as they would have taken that Hogan thing. So yes, I don't think you can compare the two. I think Hogan, it was more timing than anything. What makes that one maybe a little bit bigger, but this Cena thing has the potential to be the main event on the best WrestleMania of all time. And if that does end up being the case, if this, which I think there's like 100% chance it's going to, if this main event's night 2 of WrestleMania, and this WrestleMania ends up being a top 5 WrestleMania, you got to talk about this heel turn going down in the history books as one of the most influential and important ever. But it is different than Hogan's. I will say that. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.